too. We might have guys starting to move on our position.
Copy, we're getting a buildup of activity here too.
There is something so, like, striking and kind of jarring about putting a cast. I think you guys are all so fun. I've talked to you all before, such fun people. And it's in this kind of heavy, very bleak movie. Did you guys feel that contrast when you were cast and kind of finding out who you were going to be working with?
I think so many things about this process were naturally quite kind of equalizing, you know, and it encouraged us all to practice this kind of collectivist attitude and this idea that, you know, we were teammates before individuals. So, you know, whatever the experience level was, whatever we'd, you know, done in our careers in respect of genres or whatever else, like, there was nothing like this. And we were all kind of, I think, unified by just the fact that this was an incomparable, singular experience. So any of that kind of awareness like quickly fell away, and particularly through boot camp. And we all just fell into, I think, kind of the system and the structure of the process and the chain of command, and just executed the objective that we had in front of us.
What surprised you most about the boot camp experience? You probably had the expectations of how it was going to go. What was the most surprising challenge?
I think there were many challenges, but, you know, as Will was saying, it's when you're supported by a team, and that is just, everyone's committed to that concept. You know, there's, you know, you really, I did not feel alone, and as I'm sure everyone didn't feel alone in the responsibility of the endeavor we were doing. And, I mean, we became very close. And I was really surprised with just kind of how everyone stepped up. We were all leading each other. And, you know, everything was very regimented and precise when it came to us leaving base camp to go to the marquee, which is this hangar we would be at before we went on to set. And everyone had watches, and, you know, Will was giving, you know, check times like 0600, like be here by 0615, done fully rigged up by 0645. Like, it was very, the culture was incredible.
Yeah. Did you switch your funds to military time?
Yeah, we all practice military time. Yeah, which I think took some getting used to. When you're tired and, I don't know, like stressed or whatever, like, and I'm also dyslexic, sometimes like reading something in military time wasn't always the easiest, but we got there in the end. And that was fun to kind of develop our sort of military literacy, you know, over the course of the process, and kind of learn the semantics and the unique vernacular that you know, these guys engage in.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Delta.
Yeah.
Echo? Eagle? Echo?
Echo, I think.
I'll get lost after that. My dad will be very disappointed because he's green. Well, that's kind of my next point. I remember like going through my dad's photos, and it's so interesting because they're doing all kinds of like fun things whenever they can kind of find it. And that's why I found the opening scene so effective, because it is like this moment of levity and brotherhood before everything kind of shifts. So how were you guys able to build that as a team?
I think, you know, first and foremost, Alex and Ray had, you know, this vetting process of, you know, meeting with everyone individually and just, you know, letting them know, like, you know, it's going to be very intense. This is what we're doing. And it required a full commitment from each and every one of us. And the boot camp really, I think, just kind of really informed kind of the bond that just kind of happened naturally. You know, a day that spent with someone is like equivalent to like maybe a month. I would say. You know, when you're spending every second, every meal and everything, it's not like, hey, let's get a coffee, this and that, and like leave. No, we're like spending every waking moment and seeing every version of each other and just kind of there for each other throughout the whole process. And, you know, everyone understood the responsibility, I believe, that we had going into this film, and it just came. Like, I became a better person at the end of the day because of each and every one of these guys.
Yeah, agreed, man.
On my count, 1, 2, 3.